That's why they hit us with a Wells notice. SEC versus RH11 until they notice. In the back of the court, we're just professional. We don't care, we got them already simple songs screaming out. Heads post INC, post as we hold. Money stacking up, yeah, watch it explode. Heads post INC, post as we hold. Richard Hart versus SEC for crypto. For some reason, yo, they hating no heads. It don't matter, we got each other's back. Now we can flex. Forget a market cap. Heads could burn all of that. Already spinning in the.
Yo, we're going live showing y'all some secret information about crypto. And regardless of the stream issues, we're going to hit y'all with some information that I think that is necessary to get out there. I did an interview with one of my brothers and he allowed me to record it. So I'm going to be able to play it for you. And if things gets too crazy or deep, I'm going to go ahead and pause it and explain it a little bit. So it's pretty cool that I can bring you some of the recordings that I do with some of the people and the community members near me when it comes to learning blockchain and teaching, you know, the new technology that everyone's adopting currently. So we're going to jump straight into it. And let's see. Creates. I'm here with.
What's up, y'all? I'm PMB.
Yes, sir. And we're going to chat it up a little bit about the crypto. Yeah, actually, you know, before we even get into one thing I want to say is it's important to know that crypto cycles is a real thing until it's not, right? So the whole point of this video, just to give you that good intro, is if you see, it's the EMA patterns, right? The 550 and the 200 EMA patterns, and using those to try to read the cycle, right? You can create your own method, your own, you know, psyche, but it's up to you how you decide to do that. So I think that's important for us to know right there. So let me go ahead and I'll go back into the media presentation and we'll get this popping. And why it's such a great opportunity right now. And while we're doing that, also, we're going to have the chart in front of us because there's no better way to look at data than to have the real, actual, tangible information right in front of us. So, and that's buys and sells in the market. Let's see here. So, yeah. All right, bro. So, look, if you can see this, man, we got the 50 and the 200 EMA crossing, right? Now, we always talk about these lines. They don't mean ish, you know, but it's just something good for us to help read patterns because that's really what all this crap is about. Ultimately, we're going to make this a little bit bigger. We're going to look at 1 week right now. And I'm going to go ahead and clear this line. I did that the other day. It don't need to be there. So each bar you see is a week. You follow that?
Right.
Bet. So with this being said, you know, this is kind of how people use the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA to kind of help read patterns. So what do I mean by that? You can see how we kind of notice this little pattern here while on the 50 EMA, which is if we're looking at the week, 50 in this sense means 50 weeks of data, right? So the 50-week lag indicator is letting us know that once it starts reading this once it starts getting here, it kind of meets the support, and it's done it numerous times, right?
Right.
Here, and this is throughout the year.
So every time it hits,
and this is, remember, and this is not us saying it's going to do it. This is just reading patterns, right? How people get advantage of the market. They're like, oh, okay, look here, look at this, look at this, look at this. You know, so they'll expect it again here. What this is telling a person is every time it hits here on the 50-week, maybe this is a good buy opportunity for me. But there got to be times when it hits and it curves over, right? So maybe those are readers of different times, right? So look, it hit again, support, right back up. Almost hit. And then it crashed through here. So if we zoom in here, and I'll stop right here after I get here. See how it crashed through this line? Came back to it and continued through it. That marked our downtrend. See how cool that is?
right.
See, that marked our downtrend for the bear market.
That's great.
So you see something like that, it's like, oh, that's dope. Now you got to back test it. You're right. So we have to then see if we have something like that again that happens in history, right? So finding support. This is a break, like a little quick shock breakthrough, right? Back at it.
And then it just went up in there. Dang.
Right. And then when you look at this here, see this? I squeeze it so you see how we're looking at it, and now you can see a dip. See that dip you see?
Yeah.
A little hard to see that, constantly all the time. Let me make sure I'm on, yeah, I'm on, okay, good. So now see how I pull that? See that?
Right.
See that arrow? But look, then again, we're back testing our theory, right? So let's see if it hits the line support, 50 EMA support, 50 EMA's little support crashes through. If it crashes through, remember, just like the other one, it crashed through, it retested, and then continued. Same thing here.
Exactly.
See, retested and continued. Smack. That's a successful back test. We'll track again. That was around 2018, 2019 to 2017, right? All that happened. Here we go again. Let's see if it did it again, bro. I think what I'm showing, man, is something magical if you can understand it. If the chat ends up seeing this, if I end up putting this on social media, I might, right? This is this information, if you can digest this, there's no losing the crypto market really in a long-term sense, as long as you're in the right assets. So let's see if we test it again, bro. Do we see the support here? Yes.
Yeah.
Then this is the same 50 week. Do we see the crash through here? So after the crash through, what are we expecting? The retest, right? Back to the line.
Right.
Doesn't do it. Yes, right here, a flash one. And so what we notice there's different variations, just like frequency, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
So, it's similar, but different kinds of steps, but similar. It's like a person dancing, we can have the same dance routine, but everybody got their different flavor. The same in different flavors every season, but still the same cycle. So what we're noticing is a pattern here that I'm showing you. I'm showing you a 50 EMA crash pattern on the weekly, bro. That's like, bro, this shit, we just back tested it twice and it came through. Like, this is crazy, man. The fact that we're even showing this right now and recording is crazy. This is pure money understanding right here, but like, I'm so excited, but I can't so let's finish this. Look, we see this crash here, man, and we indicated it late. So this is how, now you know how I created my own algorithm, right? Now I'm able to read this. I was able to use this knowledge with a few other things to create my own algorithm, create my own line to try to read this a little quicker. But because I'm trying to create at this curve instead of there. But yeah, so look. So we got that crash, man. It's perfect. Look, hit the line, broke through, retest it, flash retest, finished out. We get our bear market. This is the bear. This is the consolidation period. You know what consolidation period means?
Right. Go sideways.
Yes, sir. Do you know why we go sideways?
Because it, I guess it kind of builds the value in that stage, and then it shoots back up.
Well, yeah, in a sense. So, yeah, I'm asking lead on kind of questions because me and my brother, we've been here before having these kind of conversations. So it's more of just to kind of get it going because I know he wanted to dive a little bit deeper than kind of like 1 to 2 surface level questions with some of those things. Just because I know he wanted to peel the layers back with that knowledge. So I'll let that keep going. There's a lot of reasons, but in a sense, yeah. And then I can say one way I would say is it consolidates because people are unsure. Right. This is a period people have just sold off a lot of money. And remember what we at the grand scale, just like we had this talk a long time ago in another stream. You guys just check it out, peer through our social media if you need that for that. On the grand scale, we know that crypto's technology and it's appreciating technology and it's technology we're moving in towards, right? Everybody is. So Therefore, it's appreciating against the dollar constantly. It's gaining value. So what we're looking at is peaks and, busts, right? Peaks and busts at the valuation, right? And this valuation is a constant thing. So it's going to constantly happen until we agree, that, oh, it should be this value, which may never happen, especially based off of an inflating asset like the dollar. So, with that being said, man, you can see that when it's going sideways, people are unsure what they think about the price of this coin. Every time, every cycle, it does this and goes sideways after our markings that we've shown here. Every time, bow, 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 brace, do, retest, hits the bottom and chops sideways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not gonna cheat. We're gonna show this again, bro. We're gonna make sure. Look, we're gonna go back to the beginning of our data and see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We don't have any more because that makes sense. It wouldn't be any at the beginning, and this don't even go to the beginning of the chart, but you can still see kind of this little pop retest zone here, and then a settle and consolidation, and then it rides. We go for the top. So we're gonna skip here, consolidate, consolidate, consolidate. See what I'm saying? Rise to the top. Now, the point is, why is it consolidating? People don't know how to price the asset. We've overpriced it. It hits top locally. We overpriced it. Pop, everybody's selling. Now, have we oversold it? We don't know. People are pricing in. New technologies created, new applications created, things get easier, new wallets come out. We start going back up again. See what I'm saying? Because it's technology. It's not foo-foo. It's not BS, right? This shit is technology that's getting priced in. Is value, real value, digital value. Security on the blockchain, right? So that's why each time you're going to see these overpriced seasons, and they're underpriced seasons. That's layman's terms. You get what I'm saying? Just like other assets, right? Overpriced seasons, underpriced seasons. But during the underpriced seasons, there's a consolidation period after it's been underpriced. People are unsure, and early investors make their move. That's why everybody else are buying these opportunities tops. Yeah, these dips and tops up here and shit. All right, so I hear
You're just selling it.
you know what I mean? Like every time, like, instead of buying here and buying here even, because you can catch this. This is a long time after the crash when things have settled to understand there's a consolidation going on, man. All these meats are just fucking getting ranged out and getting scared and ranged out and scared. You should pick up on it by then. And then you get help money this, right? You get something like this, you should already have that 60% portfolio for the scare. You got to have those scare portfolios. Wow. And the 60% is not saying you need to have that kind of ratio, right? The point is having your mind made up. Because if you do not have your mind made up, once again, therefore you're gambling. So the whole point is getting information, but then applying your information into an application, right? Use an application, and then setting your mind up so that you have numbers in your head. If you're going to put this amount of money in, I would like this amount of money to grow to this amount of money. Therefore, I have an action plan now to move with that amount of money. Therefore, you can have an action plan with deploying into the asset to generate that amount of money. It's important to always have some kind of mind frame, mind map, some kind of structure, some kind of thought process to always try to project as far as you can. Because, what sense is it to live in the mystery and to constantly gamble? And when you're gambling with your money, there's no coming back from that, especially in the crypto market. Your mistake is your mistake, and in DeFi, you have to own it. One wrong letter to an address and you send, your money's gone forever. You're never getting it back. So, good traders have that thing where you going in, but you're never going in with your full pocket because there's always the moments you don't know about. You just scared, and you just have spare money for that shit. If that moment haven't happened, you gotta have spare money. It's just that simple. And I'm learning how to get out your way. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Kill the emotion. Yeah.
Got to take risks, calculated risk, man. Talk about it all the time.
Facts. Yeah, so that's the rundown, bro. So I'm gonna let you scale this, man, and start asking questions, and I'm gonna start nailing at them as short as possible. And I'm giving you a full rundown.
Well, yeah, I was gonna ask a question about the EMA earlier.
That's why they hit us with a Wells notice. SEC versus RH11 until they notice in the back of the court. We're treated just professional. We don't care, we got them RH simple songs screaming out. Heads post INC, post as we hold. Money stacking up, yeah, watch it explode. Heads post INC, post as we hold. Richard Hart versus SEC for crypto. For some reason, yo, they hating no heads. It don't matter. We got each other's back. Now we can flex. Forget a market cap. Heads could burn all of that. RH spinning in the